It's expensive. So, the food is just outrageous.
There was a time when Las Vegas meant freedom. People packed their cars, drove through the desert, and entered a glowing world where luck could change in a heartbeat. Rooms were cheap, buffets endless, and drinks flowed like promises. You did not have to be rich to feel alive here. Vegas made everyone feel like somebody. But that dream is fading fast. Walk the Strip today and the laughter sounds thinner. Hotel towers shimmer, but many rooms stay dark. The same streets that once promised magic now echo with frustration. A simple breakfast costs what a whole weekend used to. Every experience that once felt like a gift now feels like a bill. The city that taught America how to have fun is now teaching it how to endure disappointment. So what went wrong? How did the world's playground become a cautionary tale about greed and decline? This is not only the story of a city losing tourists. It is about how a place built on hope turned into a machine built on fees. Stay with me, because behind the glitter lies a truth that casinos cannot hide. The illusion of Vegas is breaking, and the cracks tell a story worth hearing. The illusion begins the moment you check in. The room rate looks fair until the fine print reveals a list of mysterious charges. There is a resort fee, a convenience fee, even something called a service recovery charge. Recovery from what? No one can say. A visitor once joked online that it costs less to sleep in his car and stare at a billboard of the Bellagio than to stay inside it. Sadly, he was not wrong. In the old days, the Strip built its empire on generosity. Free parking, complimentary buffets, and endless drinks were part of the charm. These gestures made every guest feel special long before they placed a single bet. Today, those same traditions have been turned inside out. Parking now costs as much as dinner, water is treated like fine wine, and meals that once felt like a reward now feel like a warning. Online, the anger is everywhere. On Reddit and TikTok, thousands of visitors share the same frustration. Las Vegas no longer feels like an escape. It feels like a trap dressed in neon. One traveler summed it up best. You pay for the room, then pay again for the privilege of being there. The psychology behind it is clever and cruel. Casinos discovered that people rarely complain about small numbers. A few dollars here, $10 there. Add those together across thousands of guests and it becomes millions. What used to be a fair game of chance has turned into a machine designed to extract value from every visitor, whether they win or lose. Even food has joined the game. A burger costs $50, a cocktail $30. A family celebrating a birthday may spend more on breakfast than on the flight that brought them. The casinos call it business. Tourists call it betrayal. But there is a deeper danger behind these numbers. When visitors stop feeling entertained and start feeling exploited, the entire spell of Vegas begins to break. The laughter fades first, then the loyalty. And when loyalty dies, so does the illusion that kept this desert city alive. If you think these fees are bad, wait until you see what they have done to the games themselves. The next betrayal is not printed on your receipt. It is hidden in the odds. The rigged game when luck became an algorithm. There was a time when every spin, every card, every roll of the dice carried a sense of mystery. You could feel it in the air, that pulse of excitement that made even a small win feel like destiny. Dealers smiled, players cheered, and luck still had a heartbeat. But in 2025, that rhythm has changed. The games are no longer just about chance, they are about control. Step into a modern casino and you will notice it immediately. The tables feel quieter, the dealers fewer. Machines dominate the floor, humming with perfect precision. Once, they were built to entertain. Now, they are engineered to keep you playing for longer while winning less. The flashing screens and upbeat sounds are not random. They are the result of behavioral design, fine-tuned to trigger dopamine at just the right moment. The odds have shifted in subtle ways that most players never notice. Blackjack tables once paid 3-2. Many now pay 6-5. Roulette wheels that once gave you a fair shot now feature an extra green 0. Every small change tilts the balance further in the house's favor. On paper, it looks like business efficiency. In reality, it is a slow erosion of trust. Longtime gamblers see it clearly. One Reddit user wrote, "Vegas used to be about the thrill of maybe winning. Now it feels like a math problem you can't solve." Another replied, "It's not about luck anymore, it's about data." They are right. Casinos no longer just take your money at the table. They study how you lose it. Behind the scenes, analytics teams track every spin, every bet, every hesitation. Cameras read facial expressions, loyalty cards monitor habits, and algorithms calculate how much longer you will keep playing before walking away. Then the system adjusts. Odds tighten when you are winning. Lights change when you are about to stop. Drinks arrive slower when your energy fades. It is not cheating, it is psychology monetized. The result is chilling. People still play, but they do not dream anymore. They sit in silence, hypnotized by color and sound, waiting for a miracle that was designed never to come. This is not the Vegas that promised hope. This is the Vegas that monetized it. And just when you think it cannot get worse, it does. Because the manipulation does not stop at the machines. It reaches deep into the city's core, where the people who once made this place human are quietly disappearing. The vanishing workers, when hospitality became a ghost. For decades, Las Vegas built its reputation on people, not machines. The bellhop who remembered your name, the waitress who made you laugh, the dealer who knew how to turn a loss into a story worth retelling. These were the souls of the city, the heartbeat that made visitors return again and again. But if you walk into a casino today, you will feel it instantly. The human touch is vanishing. Front desks, once crowded with smiling staff, are now replaced by silent kiosks. Housekeeping no longer arrives unless you beg for it. Bars that once buzzed with conversation are run by sleek robotic arms, serving drinks with perfect indifference. The efficiency is impressive, the experience lifeless. What was once a city powered by service has become a city haunted by it. The reason is simple. Labor is expensive, automation is not. When visitor numbers dropped, executives turned to cost-cutting. One by one, jobs disappeared. The workers who gave this city its warmth were replaced by screens and algorithms. They were not just laid off, they were erased from the story. A former casino employee said online, "We used to be part of the magic. Now the magic is gone, and so are we." Her words capture the tragedy perfectly. Las Vegas did not just lose its workers, it lost its personality. The ripple effect spreads far beyond the casinos. Restaurants run short-staffed. Room service takes hours. Tourists, already frustrated by high prices, now face long lines and indifferent service. The complaints pile up online. "It feels cold," one visitor wrote, "like being in a beautiful place that no one lives in anymore." The irony is brutal. In a city obsessed with making guests feel like royalty, no one is left to play the servants. The human smiles that once made Vegas unforgettable have been replaced by touchscreens that say, "How can I help you?" but never mean it. And yet, this hollow efficiency is only a symptom. Because as workers vanished, something even more dangerous began to rise. The city turned to a new strategy, not with people, but with spectacle. The grand distraction, when spectacle replaced substance. When a city begins to lose its soul, it often tries to hide the cracks with light, and Mo Place understands that better than Las Vegas. Faced with falling room occupancy, fading service, and rising complaints, the Strip decided to fight emptiness with excess. If the guests were no longer coming for comfort, they would come for spectacle. The Sphere glows like a digital planet visible from miles away. Allegiant Stadium hosts concerts that shake the desert sky. Mega residencies from Adele and U2 draw crowds large enough to make the city look alive again, at least for a weekend. The billboards call it the rebirth of Vegas. The locals call it survival theater. For a few days, it works. The streets fill, restaurants buzz, hotels light up like they used to. It looks like the old days returned. But the illusion does not last. Once the final encore fades, the city returns to silence. The rooms go dark again, and the waiters stand idle. Economically, it makes sense. Each mega event brings in millions, but only temporarily. The infrastructure costs billions, the profits last days. A weekend with Taylor Swift might flood the Strip with tourists, but what happens the next week when she leaves? The city is left holding debt and empty promises. Visitors notice the imbalance. First-timers are dazzled by the glowing spectacle. Repeat travelers say something is missing. One comment online captured it perfectly. Vegas used to feel like every night was a show. Now you need a $500 ticket just to feel the same excitement. The shift from everyday wonder to curated spectacle reveals the city's growing insecurity. Once, Vegas did not need to prove itself. Its magic was constant. Now it tries too hard to impress, trading authenticity for scale. The bigger the event, the emptier the feeling. Spectacle can fill seats, but not hearts. The lights may blind, but they cannot hide the truth forever. Behind the fireworks and billion-dollar arenas lies a deeper problem, one that even the brightest screens cannot mask. Because while the spotlight shines on the stage, something else in the city is quietly collapsing. Not the casinos, not the crowds, but the loyalty that once held them together. The loyalty mirage, when trust became currency. There was a time when loyalty in Las Vegas meant something real. You could stay at the same hotel year after year, and they remembered you. Your favorite drink, your lucky table, even your birthday. Players were rewarded not just for how much they spent, but for how often they returned. Loyalty was personal, built on trust and familiarity. Today, it has been turned into a transaction. The points, perks, and digital rewards that once felt generous now resemble bait. Casinos advertise exclusive discounts for veterans, gift shop credits, and early booking rewards. But behind the glossy words hides a simple truth. They are no longer rewarding loyalty, they are buying it back. Guests notice the difference. Online, a traveler wrote, "It feels like they are bribing us to come back." Another replied, "I used to feel valued, now I just feel calculated." That single word, calculated, captures what has gone wrong. Vegas has replaced relationships with algorithms and warmth with spreadsheets. These loyalty resets are expensive too. Every point given away is profit lost, and yet they keep doing it, desperate to restore the bond they broke themselves. But loyalty cannot be engineered by marketing. It is earned through experience, and experience is exactly what has eroded. Think about what loyalty once meant for this city. It was the lifeblood that kept gamblers returning even after losing. It was the bond that turned one weekend trip into a lifetime of memories. Break that bond, and you do not just lose a customer. The tragedy is that Vegas seems to know this, but cannot stop. The same greed that destroyed loyalty now drives the attempt to rebuild it. But you cannot sell trust in the same way you sell a buffet ticket. Once people start questioning whether the house cares about them at all, the game is already lost. And still, the city keeps pretending everything is fine. Ads promise exclusive packages and personalized perks, but behind the luxury language is panic. The same desperation that hides behind the bright screens and discount codes. Yet even loyalty is only part of the story, because beneath the glitter of these promotions lies the real crisis that no rebranding can hide. The city that once made everyone feel like royalty is slowly pricing out the very people who kept it alive. The affordability collapse, when the dream became a bill. For generations, Las Vegas was built on a simple promise. You did not have to be rich to feel rich. That was its secret. The teachers, the factory workers, the young couples celebrating their first anniversaries. They all came because Vegas offered a taste of luxury at a price they could afford. It was the great equalizer of American dreams. But that promise is gone. A single night on the Strip now costs what an entire weekend used to. A burger can reach $50, a bottle of water $9. Resort fees, parking fees, energy surcharges, and hidden taxes turn a $200 room into a $300 bill. Visitors walk away not with stories, but with receipts that feel like warnings. Online, the anger is loud and raw. Vegas has priced out the common man, one commenter wrote. Cheap rooms, free drinks, and friendly faces are all gone. Another added, it's no longer a getaway. It's a lesson in how to be overcharged. These voices echo what many already feel, but hesitate to say. The middle class, the true backbone of Las Vegas tourism, is quietly leaving. The consequences are enormous. When ordinary people stop coming, the city loses its heartbeat. High rollers alone cannot sustain the economy. Casinos fill for events, but restaurants stay empty. The dealers who once lived off tips now struggle with fewer guests and shorter shifts. The cycle feeds itself. Higher prices lead to fewer visitors, which leads to more cost-cutting, which leads to worse experiences. Psychologically, it is even worse. The betrayal feels personal. Vegas was supposed to be the one place where everyone could feel free for a weekend, no matter their budget. Now it is a city that reminds people how little freedom money actually buys. The neon glow that once promised escape now exposes inequality. And yet, the corporations behind it keep pushing. They call it premium positioning and brand elevation. They speak of exclusivity as if that were progress. But a Vegas that only serves the wealthy is not Vegas at all. It becomes a gated community in the desert, a monument to greed built on memories it no longer deserves. The real tragedy is that the city knows it. Executives read the numbers, see the decline, and still call it success. But they cannot brand their way out of this problem, because the issue is not how Vegas looks, it is what it has become. The dream that once united America's playground is collapsing under the weight of its own ambition. And in the shadows of those empty hotel towers, a new illusion is being born, one that tries to repackage desperation as luxury. The rebranding delusion, when marketing hid the decay. When a brand begins to fail, the first instinct is to change the story. In Las Vegas, that story is now being rewritten in real time. Billboards that once promised cheap buffets and carefree fun now sell curated experiences, exclusive packages, and VIP escapes. The language has changed from "come as you are" to "come if you can afford it." The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority calls it reinvention. But look closer and it feels more like disguise. Discounts are presented as private privileges. Price cuts are renamed limited offers. The same 2-for-1 deals now arrive wrapped in luxury branding. The message is clear. If you cannot fix the experience, polish the illusion. It works for a moment. Tourists still see the glittering skyline and the bright commercials filled with slow-motion champagne shots and cinematic smiles. They come expecting wonder, but leave muttering the same words again and again. It looks amazing on the outside, but it feels empty. Online, the sarcasm cuts deeper. One commenter wrote, "They rebranded greed as luxury." Another said, "They can't fool us anymore. The sparkle is fake." These voices reflect a larger truth. Marketing cannot resurrect trust. You cannot repaint a city's soul. Rebranding can attract attention, but it cannot create meaning. The reason Old Vegas lived so powerfully in memory was not the ads, it was the feeling. The sense that you were part of something alive, unpredictable, human. Now, the Strip feels like a stage play rehearsed too many times. The actors are gone, the lights are too bright, and the audience can tell the lines are forced. Behind the glamour campaign, the numbers remain grim. Occupancy rates stay low. Visitor satisfaction drops. Repeat tourism continues to shrink. Each new ad screams louder, but fewer people are listening. When the myth becomes louder than the truth, the myth begins to die. And yet, there is a reason this illusion persists. It is not just about profit, it is about survival. Because beneath all the rebranding, the city faces a deeper transformation that no marketing team can control. The faces in the crowd are changing. The people who once gave the Strip its energy are quietly being replaced. The changing crowd who still comes and who never will again. Every city tells its story through the people who visit it. For decades, Las Vegas drew a perfect mix. Retired couples from the Midwest, bachelor parties from California, families escaping winter from Canada. The crowds were predictable and loyal. They filled rooms, tipped well, and kept the city alive even in slow seasons. That balance is gone. Today, the faces on the Strip are different. The middle class that once powered the casinos has thinned out. The same visitors who came twice a year now come once, if at all. Many simply stopped coming. It just doesn't feel worth it anymore, one regular said online. I used to love this place, but it's become hostile to anyone without a platinum card. The loss is not just financial, it is emotional. Those visitors were the city's storytellers. They were the reason Vegas felt alive. Now, their absence has left an invisible emptiness no billboard can fill. The energy that once pulsed through the casinos has been replaced by the quiet hum of slot machines waiting for players who never arrive. The international crowd is shrinking too. Canadians, once the Strip's most loyal foreign visitors, now find cheaper resorts in Mexico or cruises that cost half as much. The strong American dollar makes Vegas even less appealing abroad. For a city that once thrived on foreign money, this drop cuts deep. Younger generations are no rescue either. Gen Z and young millennials come for the selfies, not the slots. They drink less, gamble less, and care more about content than luck. They treat Vegas like a backdrop, not a destination. The casinos do not know how to sell to them, and the old formula of cheap thrills no longer works. At the same time, the gap between classes has widened. The ultra-rich still arrive in private jets, isolated in suites high above the Strip. They are insulated from the frustration that ordinary guests face. But they cannot replace the millions of middle-class tourists who gave the city its volume and spirit. Without them, the economy loses its rhythm. In chasing luxury, Vegas has forgotten scale. It is building a palace for the few while losing the heartbeat of the many. A model like that works in Monaco, where exclusivity is the point. But Las Vegas was built on democracy, on the idea that anyone could belong. The moment it abandoned that, it began to hollow itself out from within. Now, as the crowds thin and the rooms stay empty, the city faces a question it cannot avoid. If the people who once loved Vegas are gone, and the new ones only come for a selfie, then who is this city really for? That question leads to the final and most painful truth. Because what Vegas is losing now is not just visitors or profits. It is losing its very identity. The identity collapse, what Vegas really lost. For nearly a century, Las Vegas knew exactly what it was. It was the place where the ordinary could feel extraordinary. It was escape made real. A city that promised joy without judgment. It did not matter who you were when you arrived, only that you believed in luck when you left. That was the soul of Vegas. But in 2025, that soul feels fractured. The lights still shine, but the warmth is gone. The city still sells dreams, but they cost more than ever. The smiles feel rehearsed, the excitement manufactured. The illusion that once made this desert shimmer has turned into a mirror reflecting greed back at itself. Ask any tourist today, and you will hear the same words. Vegas doesn't feel like Vegas anymore. They are not just talking about prices or lines or parking fees. They are talking about a feeling that has vanished. The sense that this city belonged to everyone, that it was built for joy and possibility, not just profit. Executives will call this a phase, another reinvention in a long history. But this time feels different. Because this time, the social contract is broken. When the guests no longer trust the house, when workers no longer take pride in the show, when locals stop believing the dream is worth protecting, the curtain begins to fall. Las Vegas once thrived because it made people forget the world outside. Now it reminds them of it. The same inequality, the same corporate control, The same disconnection that plagues the rest of America now plays out under its neon glow. The city that taught the nation how to have fun has become a lesson in how to lose it. So, where does Vegas go from here? It can keep chasing the illusion of exclusivity, building bigger screens and louder arenas. Or it can remember why it mattered in the first place. A city built on dreams can only survive if people still believe in them. Until then, the Strip will keep shining, but fewer people will stop to look. Because even the brightest lights cannot hide the truth forever. Tell me what you remember about the old Las Vegas. Do you think it can ever find its soul again?